Hello guys, welcome to the most excited and awaiting series TypeScript tutorial for beginner to advanced level on coding AI. The technology which is required to learn for a developer who work with JavaScript nowadays in the industry. Let's get started. In this video, we will discuss about how do we set up TypeScript development environment in our machines to work with TypeScript. Second, we will discuss about how does TypeScript works behind the scenes. Then finally, we will write our first program in TypeScript. Let's get started. First, we will set up a TypeScript development environment in our machines. To set up TypeScript development environment in our machines, we need following tools. That is Node.js. This is a JavaScript runtime environment where we will run the TypeScript compiler. Then we have TypeScript compiler. It is the Node.js module. It compiles TypeScript into the JavaScript. Finally, we have Visual Studio Code. This is the code editor which we strongly recommended to use where we can write a TypeScript program. First, let's install Node.js. To download Node.js in your system, you have to go to this particular link, and this link is provided in the description, where you will see downloads page, LTS and the current latest feature of Node.js. It is recommended to download LTS, where you will see Windows installer, Mac OS installer, source code. Based on your system configuration, if it is a 32-bit or 64-bit, you can download these packages which is given. Here I am downloading 64-bit because my system is 64-bit and it is a Windows. Once it is downloaded, we can now install Node.js in our systems. Now you just go through your downloads folder wherever you have downloaded Node.js. Now click on this .msi. It will open the pop-up. Now click on the next. Now you have to select this license agreement from Node.js. Then click on next. Here you can change your path, but it is not recommended. It is default. Install Node.js in your program files. Then click on the next. Click on the next now. If you want other additional tools from Node.js, you can check it. Otherwise not needed. Just move ahead here. Now click on the install button. Now it will start installing Node.js on your system. Now click on the finish once it is installed. Now you can check Node.js version which you have installed in your system in the terminal. When you open your terminal, then type a command that is node/v. It will show you the version which you have installed, that is 18.14.2. This is the latest version. Now let's install TypeScript in our system. To install TypeScript in our system, we have to run these commands in our terminal, whatever environment which you are using, that is npm install -g TypeScript. And to check the version of the TypeScript, you can use this following command, that is tsc-v. Now let's install TypeScript. Now on the terminal, you can just type this command, then press enter. It will start installing TypeScript on your system. Now you can see TypeScript is installed. To check the version of the TypeScript, you can just use this following command, that is tsc-v. It will give you the version which is installed, that is 4.9.5 is installed on our system. Now we will install Visual Studio Code in our system. Before we are installing Visual Studio Code, let's understand why Visual Studio Code and why we are recommending to use Visual Studio Code. There are many features of Visual Studio Code. It is a fast source code editor and it is perfect for day-to-day use. It supports hundreds of programming languages. There are main features of Visual Studio Code, that is highlighting the syntax, bracket matching and auto indentation, many more. Let's go and install Visual Studio Code in our system now. To download VS Code in our system, you have to go to this particular website, and this is given in the description. You can go through it. Here, this is a download page. When you click here, it is given all three operating systems, Mac OS, Windows and Linux. Based on the operating system which you are using, you can download stable builds of Visual Studio Code here. My system is Windows and it is a 64-bit, so I am downloading this. Once it is downloaded, you can install Visual Studio Code in our system. Now go to downloads folder wherever you have downloaded. Then after, click on this .exe file. It will open the pop-up. Now click on this I accept the agreement. Then click on the next. Here these options if you required, you can check. Otherwise, just click on the next. Then click on the install. It will start installing the application in your operating system. Whenever it finishes, it will give the option called finish. When you click on that finish button, here it will launch Visual Studio Code successfully on your system. With this, we have installed all our required tools to start with the TypeScript. That is VS Code, Node.js and the TypeScript. Before we are writing our first program in the TypeScript, let's understand how TypeScript works behind the scenes. Here is a sequence. First, you have to write your logic in the TypeScript by using a TypeScript file which is having a .ts extension. This file will be compiled into a JavaScript file which is having a .js extension. This compilation or conversion will be done by the TypeScript compiler which we have installed in our system. Finally, this JavaScript file will be executed by browser if you are running JavaScript code in the browser side, or it will run in the server if you are running JavaScript on the Node.js. Finally, TypeScript at every time will be converted into the plain JavaScript file before executing. Now, let's write our first program in the TypeScript by using a Visual Studio Code editor. There are many options in the Visual Studio Code. You can explore if you want. Here I am creating .ts file, that is a TypeScript file, by using a .ts extension, that is a sample.ts, where you can enter your TypeScript logic. Here I am creating a variable that is str, and this is having a type in the TypeScript. This we will explore in further videos. Here I am initializing this with a value that is hello TypeScript. Now we have created a variable successfully on the TypeScript. Let's console this onto the terminal directly by using a console.log, that is str. Now we have to compile this .ts file into the plain JavaScript file. We can directly execute the command by using the integrated terminal in the Visual Studio Code that you can open by choosing this option here. It will open the terminal on VS Code directly. Now, by using the tsc command, you can convert or compile this .ts file into the plain JavaScript. I am entering here tsc./sample.ts. Now this will be executed and it will be compiled into a .js file. Here you can see this is a JavaScript logic. Now you can close this. Now you can execute this .js file directly by using a node command, node./sample.js file. Now you can see this onto the output. This is how we will write our programs in the TypeScript. Then we will compile this into the plain JavaScript. Finally, we will execute plain JavaScript files only.